Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I am helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend the limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So on May 5th, 2023, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which is a very significant event. The topic of this video is going to be important things you should know about the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So we just had a solar eclipse a few weeks ago. If you want more information on that, I did make a video on my channel. Check it out. So, lunar eclipse. Anytime we have a full moon, we're closing out a cycle and releasing. The new moon is new beginnings, a new cycle, tensions, right? The full moon is releasing. So, and when we have an eclipse is a significant period of transformation and change. It can often reveal truths that can change your life course. And we know we have a frequency shift going on the planet. The veil was thin anyway, so you can really have a lot of truths being revealed at this time. And we're also in the age of information, age of Aquarius. So, you know, and these can lead you to curves in the road, detours in your life, but I just want to say that just because it might not look like the way you expect it to doesn't mean you're not going in the right direction, doesn't mean it's not going to lead you to where you want to go. Any kind of energy shifts can be very chaotic for some people, but really it's what you make of it. You can be an alchemist and learn from it and let it empower you. Anytime we have a lunar eclipse, we want to move forward and release stagnant energies and old patterns that do not serve us, that are not in alignment with our highest self and our life purpose even. And remember that sometimes you have to have breakdowns to have breakthroughs. The old has to fall apart so the new can be reborn. Right? So let's also break this down. This full moon lunar eclipse is in Scorpio. So we already said with the lunar eclipse, it's more realization, releasing. You can have inner conflict, emotional triggers come up, awareness. So with it being in Scorpio, think of Scorpio, right? Think more of the shadows. It even is known to be more of a darker sign, right? But not all darkness is bad. We think of death and rebirth. We think of power, even intensity, even sexual energy. All those. A very emotional sign. Emotion is hidden more in the shadow. But that's when we can really transform. We can be an alchemist and use these powerful emotions, that intuition, that intensity to transform us into our best version, where we're meant to go in life. Big thing is being aware of the attachments towards darkness and suffering and releasing those. I also have, my moon sign is in Scorpio, so I do understand this one a lot, and I can resonate with that, with being attached to darkness and suffering more. Sometimes we become addicted to that. The rush it gives us, the emotional roller coaster, it can be like addicted to intense emotions when you have Scorpio in your chart, especially my moon sign. So I can definitely resonate with that. So what else can you expect with this full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio? But also my tips on how we should use this energy. So first one is releasing what's not in alignment. Because your intuition is heightened at this time, even the veil being thinner, it's going to be obvious, apparent to you what is in alignment with your life and what's not, simply by how you feel. Some people get more guidance they get more of the downloads from your spirit guides, or seeing synchronicities. It's going to be very obvious, apparent, the things that are not in alignment, that are just bringing you down, weighing you down, that are standing in your way of being your best version. Maybe some negative attachments you have to things. Could be bad habits, toxic cycles, right? Even it could be things, people, substances, whatever it may be. Substances aren't always just like drugs or alcohol. It could be even food, material items. So there's many different levels on this. So just be mindful of how you're feeling after you're engaging with these things, these people, these habits, what it's doing to your vibration, if it's throwing you off or not, if it's leaving you feeling drained, if it's leaving you feeling depressed, anxious. Those are all signs that these are not in alignment. These things are not in alignment. So make efforts to release them. Sometimes it's not easy just to let them go, especially if you have some kind of addiction to things. So sometimes just working your way down, maybe doing something less and less, or seeking out help and guidance as needed. Also, the second thing, reevaluating your priorities in your life. So, because you have more awareness of these things that are bringing you down, that are standing in your way, your intuition is heightened, we can reevaluate, and maybe it might be a good time to journal what is important to you. So much in one day, so much life, right? Evaluate, what needs to be a priority, and then what you need to let go of or spend less time doing as well. A third thing is, it could be a time of heightened emotions during a lunar eclipse. Instead of letting your emotions overwhelm you, you want to feel the emotion and maybe write them down, even journaling, or if you need to yell, whatever you need to do to release them. What are they trying to tell you? Your emotions are always trying to communicate something with you. Maybe something's not in alignment, the way you're thinking or feeling about a situation. Maybe it's past trauma that needs to be released. They're coming up because they want to be released. Emotional triggers could be more prevalent at this time. Be the observer. Allow the feeling to come through you without attaching so much meaning and thought to it. And just, hey, what is this trying to teach me? Why does this keep coming up? Just really being an observer and questioning these things. The fourth thing is rebirth. So we know that the Scorpio sign is about death and rebirth. So when you're reevaluating your priorities, when you're releasing what is not in alignment, you transform and even create a new identity with yourself. So it can be a good time of Scorpio is a good sign of transformation, being an alchemist. So even use all this chaos and the pain and the suffering and even the darkness to find your light, to inspire you, to give you that spark, give you that passion, that drive to make the changes and take on a new identity, become a new version of you, become the best version of you. We can also expect major life changes and surprises. And you might see that if you keep trying to resist the changes that are trying to occur and trying to hold on to the old things that aren't serving you, you might find out that sometimes the universe makes those things fall apart or pushes you in another direction. It could be a major change, especially if it's something that's really toxic, that's really out of alignment. I found that, when I went through my addiction stage of my life, I basically had everything fall apart because I had to go get help and, heal myself. So I had to have everything fall apart. I'm talking like job, relationship, financial, having that dark night of the soul kind of thing. I went through a really dark time, but because I went through that, that's how I was able to do what I do now. I use that darkness I had to inspire me, and it drove me to make content and inspire people, and that was a good outlet for me and to express myself and then help other people as well. So just it might be kind of dark, life changes, it's about allowing the changes, because change is the only constant in life. The more we resist it, you're resisting the flow of life, and you're going to feel that resistance. So, I think allowing these changes, allowing what needs to fall apart to come up without judging so much. It's okay to feel the emotion. It's okay to feel upset and even a sense of grief when you're losing your old self or losing whatever was not in alignment. But it just taking the time to process those emotions, write, journal, and even remember that even if you're at rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. I said your intuition is also heightened. The veil is thin, so maybe use the intuition to figure out who's meant to be in your life, who's not. Maybe find more of your life purpose. What are you passionate about? What do you have that spark about? The veil is really thin. Ask your guides, ask your higher self. Get into meditation right now and get the answers you seek. You see what answers come to you. Write them down. Journal. Get those downloads. Meditation is a very good thing to do right now, because you're more connected to your higher self, and it would be good even to help stabilize, right? So, with all that being said, this is a good time to let go of your old patterns and beliefs that don't serve you and embrace new beginnings to be your best version. See the bigger picture. Things fall apart so better things can come together, and so you can be who you were meant to be. I will keep repeating this term. Be an alchemist of your life. And you can turn around a bad situation. It's all, bad or good. Those are all labels. It is what you make of it. You could turn that into something to empower you and to help you. What can you learn from this experience? Whatever is coming up, whatever changes, whatever emotions are coming up, whatever even traumas, triggers, what is this trying to teach me? How can this help my soul evolution and help me become my best version? So I think it's always good to have a ritual. Sometimes you could write down, a simple one is just writing down what you want to release and burning it after. Not sort of fire or anything, but meditation, even grounding yourself is good. Some people, all the chaos can be overwhelming. So I would also advise maybe go a little less on social media. You know, we also have Mercury retrograde and then even Pluto retrograde. And remember, Pluto is what rules Scorpio, right? So Pluto is in retrograde right now. So it can be kind of chaotic with that. It is all still relevant to releasing karmic patterns, releasing old cycles. That's all connected there as well. So I think that's the biggest thing, releasing what doesn't serve you in many different areas, and being aware of what's coming up. Just having that awareness is very key right now. Because when you have awareness is the key to change. You can't change and be the person you're meant to be and live your best life if you're not aware of what you need to work on, what needs to change, even your strengths and weaknesses, and how you can work with them more. You know, being an alchemist. And go out in nature, exercise. Grounding is very important. Put your bare foot in the grass if you need to. I do that a lot. Do breath work if the emotions are overwhelming. Remember, emotions are just energy, emotion. They want to be released and healed. That's all I have for today. If you like my content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, an Instagram, and a TikTok. The links are in this video description and in my channel description. I also offer transformational and spiritual coaching. If you need help getting your life together, any form. I've been through addiction, mental health issues, toxic relationships, trauma, grief, all that. If you need some guidance, my contact information is in this video as well. Have a good day. Namaste.